What's going on? Welcome back to Longevity Starts Young. Today in this video, I'm gonna be talking about something that I believe is a huge problem when it comes to people obtaining and sustaining long-term health, which is overcomplication. And I'm speaking directly from experience because I used to be somebody who overcomplicated everything when it came to health. And essentially for the last 9 years, I've been trying a bunch of different things, and I finally found something that I feel is absolutely sustainable for me. It's simple and it doesn't cause me headache, and it doesn't require me to sacrifice so much of my life in the name of health and wellness. If you stick around, I'll show you what my process is. But first, I want to start out by talking about what overcomplication is and why I think it's so prevalent in today's society. So over the last few years, I've learned that health needs to be simple, just like anything else in life needs to be simple, if the goal is to sustain it for a long period of time. And based on my experience, I think that a lot of people end up overcomplicating it because when it comes to achieving health, most people go directly to somewhere like here, like YouTube, or they go to Instagram, or they go to pick your platform. Hey, what's going on, guys? I just wanted to pop in real quick and let you know about the 30-day longevity reset. If you are somebody who is either health conscious or you are trying to find a system that works for your long-term health and you really value longevity, then I think that the 30-day longevity reset is perfect for you. And you can find it for free right now inside of my community, Longevity Starts Young. So in this challenge, we actually walk through all of the pillars that I actually follow on a daily basis in my own life. So eating whole plant foods, daily movement of your choice. We focus on releasing bad habits that are affecting your health on a daily basis. The 30-day longevity reset literally walks you through step by step how to prioritize your health for the next 30 days. And that's both mental health and physical well-being. I literally give you tips on how to stock your kitchen, to literally shopping for whole plant foods in a grocery store. And I also even share some of my favorite recipes and put it into a meal plan for you to follow along your 30-day journey as well. And then I also make sure that you are accountable along the journey while we're walking it together by giving you a tracker to go in and track your progress and actually level up as you go along. So if this sounds like it's relevant to you, I would highly encourage you to check it out right now. Like I said, it's free at the time of this recording, but it will not be forever. So please check it out. I will have the link in the description for you to join. I hope to see you there. Let's get back to the video. I noticed for myself is that I started adopting a lot of different things from a lot of different people, ended up creating so much overwhelm for me. I don't know if you've tried to start any new habit, maybe it's playing the guitar or reading more books. But if you notice, when we start to put too much on our plate too early, too soon, we start to do a little too much, like way too quickly, to even give ourselves a chance at even building a new habit or building a new lifestyle, because we start doing so much. So what I noticed for myself is that I didn't even give myself a lot of opportunity to build good discipline because there's too much that I'm trying to invite in my life at one time, and building something that's sustainable just doesn't work like that. That's why I've noticed that I've seen a lot of people who start their health kick or their health journey, and then it just falls apart in like maybe 3 months, a couple of weeks. And the point that I'm at now, I've finally come to a place where I can actually say that less is more when it comes to health. When you start to realize how much you can achieve in your health by only focusing on the things that really matter on a day-to-day basis, I got rid of so much constant stress in my life just based around me trying to be a healthy person, you know? And what I've noticed even for myself is that I fell into a trap, not knowing that I was entering a trap when I first got into health as an adult. The problem that I noticed that I ran into was there's so many different ways of people achieving health. Like there's really not one specific way of how to be healthy. And then also being healthy means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. So you can be following one person who says, yo, this is wrong, you need to be doing more. And then you end up finding somebody else that's saying you need to be doing this and doing that. And I started to get to a point where I was trying to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. I was just working so hard trying to keep up with what I thought the image of health looks like, right? The problem that I noticed for myself was that when we're just finding people online or we're being influenced online, sometimes we don't see that what that influencer is promoting doesn't really align with our actual goal. So for example, we see a lot of bodybuilding content, or at least I do. I don't know if you do, but I see a lot of bodybuilding content on YouTube, on Instagram. I guess because I'm a man, that might be it. When you see this, you start to think that this is what health looks like. I had to realize that I am not the target audience for this particular way of living. I don't really care about competing in a bodybuilding show. I just want to be healthy. And yeah, I want some muscle on me, but I don't have to be 10% body fat. After years and years of like grinding and following these influencers to finally realize we don't have the same goals, so I shouldn't be trying to live the life that you live. I shouldn't be approaching health in the way that you approach it, because we're going in two completely different paths. Overcomplication sells online. It sells very well. How many times have you seen online where you see like a dude bench pressing somebody else that's also bench pressing? Folks just be doing way too much online, but that's what goes viral. Or you see somebody that's like super cut, you know, they got negative 30% body fat, you know, you can see their skeleton in their back, or they traps go all the way up to the top of their head, you know what I'm saying? Overcomplication and like ultra detail sells so well online. That's what goes viral. But the truth is, most people, meaning you, not you, you, me, and 90% of people out there, we don't care about all that stuff. We just want to look good, we want to feel good, and we want to do something that's sustainable, that don't feel like it's locking us up in restrictive diets or super intricate, complex workout plans. I don't know about you, but I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. So if you have went through cycles of starting a new health kick and then stopping, I think that it's more about alignment versus you being inconsistent. Now, consistency is a part of building healthy habits, but if something doesn't align with you, or if something is too complex, it's never gonna be sustainable. Honestly, a few years ago, I was doing the most. I was doing so much. I had the meal plans like taped in my college dorm. I was like weighing my food out. I had the little food scale. I was tracking macros. I was doing 2 a day. So I would do like my cardio in the morning time, and then I'll do my weightlifting in the evening, or like vice versa. I was waking up at like 4:30 a.m., going for runs in the cold. And I still enjoy doing a lot of that sometimes, but I was trying to build a system around that much detail. And for me personally, I was consumed by all that stuff. Like, it gets to a point where you don't even have a life, because you're thinking about your health when you wake up, your morning workouts, and then you got your first meal, and then you got recovery, and then you got, oh man, it's so much. And I had to realize like, yo, this is not sustainable. And then also, like, what am I even working towards? If I'm doing all of these things, like 2 a days and all this extra stuff, and tracking macros and weighing my food, like, what is the end goal? Am I preparing to compete? Because if that's the case, then okay, all of that makes sense. I wasn't preparing for nothing. I'm just out here just doing it for no reason. It got to a point to where, you know, life started catching up. You have your family, you have business, you have work, you have your social life. I moved out of the country for a while. Some of those things are just not flexible enough to be able to sustain at a high level. I don't want my life to feel like a grind when it comes to health. I want it to run in the background. There is a real price to pay for overcomplication in anything. Sometimes I was even walking around with like no energy because I was doing keto and intermittent fasting at the same time, and then doing a hike so that I can optimize the amount of fat that I burn in that fasting period, right? And I was like waiting for a certain period of time. Like, there was no cheat days, there was no flexibility. That perfection is gonna break down eventually. And when I thought about all of the things that I was achieving in my body, like, I was cut. I might put a picture up on the screen, but I was looking good. Probably the leanest I've ever been in my life. I'm pretty lean right now for most people's standard, but I was lean. I was looking good. But the truth is, I couldn't enjoy the process while I was going through it because it was so much overwhelm and overcomplication. And then I finally came to a point where I had to ask myself, is a simple routine enough for my goal? And the answer is yes. If you're trying to build a body for a bodybuilding trophy or a competition or winning a Super Bowl, then my routine is not enough. And I'll say that flat out. If you're going for that, like, go for that. Go achieve that dream of bodybuilding. But if you're just a regular person, you want to feel strong every day, You want to look good, you want to feel good, you want to have energy. You can have a very simple routine and you can achieve way more than most people, at least in our society today, will achieve when it comes to their health. I have a few pillars that I like to focus on that has helped me stay in shape, that has helped me remain in front of my health, that has literally reversed like my high cholesterol that I had. My cholesterol was shooting up through the roof because I was eating all types of crap. But I mainly focused on switching to eating whole plant foods. All of the foods that have all of the beautiful research that we know is good for our body. A lot of them lives in the plant department, in the produce section. So many good foods that shown to reverse high cholesterol. Literally, I'm living proof of it, right? Reverse diabetes, reverse heart disease. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you what information is out there and the reason why I stuck with whole plant foods. Not only that, but whole plant foods is so easy to make good meals. I mean, have you ever tried Vietnamese food? Have you ever tried Indian food? Some of the best, most flavorful food in the world is vegetarian and plant-based cuisines. So that's pillar number one. Two, I just make sure I'm moving my body. And the truth is, every single day does not look the same. Sometimes I only have energy to go for a walk around the neighborhood. Other times, man, I'm in the gym like going crazy. Some days I don't feel like lifting weights. I'll just go hit the body bag, right? My wife, she doesn't go to the gym at all. She does yoga and she plays pickleball. What I've learned from myself is that if I put too much stress on myself to be absolutely perfect when it comes to movement and exercise, and I can't have flexibility depending on how my energy level feel on that particular day or what my motivation looks like on that particular day, I'm probably not gonna stick with it. So I allow myself to be flexible. That means that if I have 10% energy on one day, then I have a 10% exercise that I can do, which is walking around the neighborhood or walking on a treadmill and listening to a podcast. If I have 100% energy, I have 100% workouts that I can do. I can go box, I can go spar, I can hit the weights heavy. What this does is it gives me the flexibility to be an active person, right? I just want an active lifestyle. And then lastly, I want to give you permission right now to stop chasing perfection when it comes to your health. You do not have to be perfect to become the healthiest version of you. I'm telling you right now, I think 75% of the time, if you can have really good days, you will be well ahead of so many other people. You will be in such good shape because what is sustainable and what is simple is actually going to help you be able to do it over the long term. And the more that you do it over the long term, the goals just start happening because it's actually something that you can keep up with. You can literally miss 91 days of the year, meaning 91 days, you may not work out, you may not eat all the right things. Maybe you went out with your friends and had a couple of beers. You can do that for 91 days, right? That's about 3 months. That's a little over 3 months. And you can still meet your goals. Because think about it. If you slacked off for 3 months out of the year, it could be back to back. It could be just spots here and there. 3 months out of 12 months is only 25% of the year. That means 8 months out of the year, you were doing all the right things. That is more than enough. Now think about it over the course of your lifetime, right? If we're thinking about longevity and we're thinking about sustainability, we can't think about just 1 year. We have to think about that compound over the next 5 years, over the next 10 years. I finally come to a point to where I can make bad decisions for my health and be able to forgive myself and allow myself to move forward and just show up the next day, because that's only 1 day. That 1 day is not gonna ruin you for the rest of your life. Now, if we have constant days like this over and over and over and over and over again, then yes, it can accumulate. But I've developed a process to where it's so simple that it's so easy to pick up right where I left off the next day, because I don't have to do 2-a-days. I don't have to have a supplement stack, and I don't have to do all these extra things, right? All I gotta make sure I have to do is just eat real food, move my body in some type of way, and give myself a little bit of time during the day to unplug and disconnect. Those are the things that I focus on. It's so simple as 1, 2, 3, ABC. But without forgiveness, we have self-sabotage and we break ourselves down and then we end up quitting and then we go back into our old habits. We have to be able to forgive ourselves if we want our life to be flexible and sustainable for our long-term health. So that is essentially it. I really wanted to make a video on this because I feel like it could help a lot of people with the mindset around health. And I think that if we can just get just a little bit better around how we approach health and how we visualize health for our own life, then the rest of the journey just becomes so much easier. So let me know what you think about this. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree? I really want to hear your thoughts down in the comment section. And if there's somebody that you see that's overcomplicating it, or there's somebody that doesn't even step in the arena of health because they believe it's so complicated, share them this video. This could be just a different perspective than a lot of the stuff that's out there online. Thank you for viewing this video. Please take the time to like, please subscribe, because we new and I want to make more content. I really enjoy making content. So if you subscribe, it at least let me know that people are watching. And if you want to walk this journey with me, please check out the Longevity Starts Young community, where we have the 30-day longevity reset that's really focused around those pillars, and it helps you walk the path of implementing those pillars into your life on a daily basis. And I have so many other resources on the way, so be sure to check that out. And I hope to see you more on the channel and see you inside the community. Peace.